Arriving to a new and unfamiliar country with a different culture is always something special. In the beginning, I wasn't sure at all if the choice to leave the known for the unknown was the right one to make. Additionally, the travel restrictions due to the worldwide pandemic did not make the decision easier. Arriving here, I had to spend 14 days alone locked into a hotel room, waking up and going to sleep looking at the same wall for 2 weeks. It was a weird feeling to be at my destination, but locked away from everything. It felt surreal and did not help me feel more comfortable. By that time, I could not imagine that Cambodia and its people would start to feel like a real home to me. Yeah, I was worried to feel homesick, displaced, and knew if this was the case, 6 months could feel like an eternity. What I know now is that sometimes we need to be brave. Because today I can say that coming here is one of the best decisions I have taken so far. I left my comfort zone, which does not mean that I lost the way of feeling comfortable. I realized that leaving my comfort zone made me feel even more comfortable with myself. I have learned more than 1,000 things, from practical to social skills, from culture to people to business, from bad to good. All of these learnings gather to some important lessons. Projects in an intercultural context need much more time to be done. I have experienced this in both of my projects. For example, my task to grow duckweeds for the purpose of using it as an animal feed turned out to be much more complicated than imagined. Initially, the idea was to grow the plant in the waters of the fish pond of Smiling Gecko. Unfortunately, the trial did not succeed because there are not enough nutrients in the fish ponds. So I had to think of a different approach to grow this water plant. While roaming through the villages and collecting new ideas, I came up with a simple constructed tank out of wood. Growing the plant in tanks would give me enough control about the inputs. Additionally, the farm provides enough wood to continue the project without additional cost. After taking some time to think through it, discuss it with my colleagues, plan and organize everything, I finally started to collect wood and begin with the construction of 9 tanks. On the day we started to build the tanks, I was told that Smiling Gecko wishes me to construct it in another location. It was frustrating and felt like a big setback. While I was shown the new location, it became clear that the ground was not strong enough for my tanks to be constructed from wood. This meant that I had to think of another solution again. It took a lot of time to get in touch with the right persons who could help me with my project. And everyone had again different ideas. As it was my first time planning and building something like this, I many times questioned myself. Finally, I was asked to construct the tanks from metal, which would make the project financially much more intensive. In the beginning, it was hard for me to accept the direction in which my project went. The idea for it was to be simple and sustainable. Now it got complicated and sustainability was getting harder to maintain. But I put my efforts into it and started to build the new site with the help of my team and other departments. This experience leads me to my second key learning. Success should be measured by the process towards the goal and not the outcome. It is the process that helped me grow most. Through facing many challenges, I had to always find new ways of continuing my work. This has led me to meeting many more people from different departments, and they have taught me a variety of new skills. This is why today I embrace complications. They help to evolve. I am here to learn and can't succeed by myself. Even though I had a clear roadmap and knew exactly what I needed, getting things done in a complete different environment is not easy. I was dependent on other people and realized that taking a step back and learning from them is in many cases very beneficial and rewarding. Language is just one out of many tools for communication. When working in an environment with people that don't speak the same language, communication through emotions becomes much more important. With some patience and by reducing complex information to a minimum, messages can be very well transferred in a non-verbal form. By that way, I collaborated successfully with many Cambodians. The perception creates reality. How we see things depends deeply on our perception. I met many people who have experienced similar things but ended up viewing it very differently. We always look out for what we want to see. This helped me understand that I should always stay critical when listening to someone's opinion, and that in the end I am happy with my rather optimistic perception of reality. Even though I have already spent 5 months in Cambodia now, it feels like I only got to experience a glimpse of the country, its people and their culture. My time here has helped me understand that despite the differences, I can feel home anywhere in the world. Because at the end of the day, we are all human beings who function similar. We are seeking for company, laughter, closure and happiness.
ក៏បីបានចិន